Hey guys, Rebecca here. I am getting ready this week for an In the World sale. Our neighborhood has a garden tour every year. Of course, we didn't have it last year, where people open up their homes and their gardens, and then in each garden they put a couple of artists. I've been on the tour before and my garden's been seen, but this year I'm going to be in another person's garden with a friend of mine, excuse me, and I'm going to be selling my work. And I thought this is a good week. All week I'm focused on getting organized, so I thought this would be a good week to talk about tips for selling in art fairs and shows, because there's a lot of stuff I've learned over the years. And when you do an outdoor fair, outdoor sale of any sort, there's two things that you wish for above all else. Number one, you wish for good weather. There's nothing you can do to control that, of course. You want it not to be too hot, but more than anything, you don't want it to rain, and you don't want to have to battle the wind. A good friend of mine had a sale she did quite well with last weekend, but they were battling the wind really bad. It was blowing things around. So you want good weather. The second thing you wish for is to make your booth fee back. You want to break even, right? Some of these art fairs can have booth fees that are $200, $300, $400. I mean, the sky's the limit. Some are even higher. This is a little neighborhood thing, and all the proceeds from the collection of booth fees goes to the neighborhood, and it's really low. It's like $75 to have a booth, and so it's really affordable. So I'm pretty sure I'll make my booth fee. But something I'm doing to ensure that is a trick I learned kind of from a woman at another sale a couple years back. There was this gal who had these beautiful handmade leather journals. They were pretty pricey, anywhere from $75 to a couple $100, and they were handmade leather-bound journal, blank journals. They were gorgeous, and I didn't need one, but it was a fellow artist I was also exhibiting, and I really liked her, and I really liked her work, but I didn't need a leather journal. Even if I'd had the money to blow on it, I didn't need it. So, but here's the deal. She had this Christmas tree display about, 4 foot tall, whatever, and she'd filled it with these tiny little, smaller, this is like a tape measure, smaller than this, these tiny little miniature books. And you open them up and they actually have blank pages. And they had a little gold string on them, and they were Christmas ornaments. So they were tiny blank books, and they were like, I don't know if they were $10 or $5, something like that. I think maybe if you bought two, they were like 2 for $10 or something. They were super affordable. And I bought one, of course, because I liked her and I liked her work. And she said, well, I just sit and make these in front of the TV at night. And she said, I find that if I have some little low cost thing, that will be my bread and butter thing that pretty much makes my booth fee. And I'm like, that is really smart, right? And so this year, you guessed it, you've been seeing me work on the bookmarks. These are some fun little collages I've been doing. They're different on each side. Anyway, I have almost 100 of these. I think I will have 100 of them pretty soon. And I put them in these vinyl sleeves. And so they're pretty nice. I think they're like little abstract works of art. This aqua is really pretty. I'll cycle through at the end some stills of these guys so you can see them better. So these I'm going to have on hand for $5 each. They're little works of art. You put it in a book, you give it as a gift. And what that does is if I sell 20 of these, like I said, the booth fee in this event is really low. If I sell 20 of these, that's $100. Boom, I've made my booth fee. And then anything else, the pricier mosaics, the other work that I have to offer, any of those that sell, that's all gravy and that's all profit. Boom, I've made my booth fee. And so that's my tip to people who sell. Have a low-end thing that people can, have a little piece of your art, even if they don't have the budget for a bigger piece. And then they may hang on to that and think about you and see you again a couple sales later when they have the budget for a bigger piece or a blank space on their wall or a gift to give someone. They may end up, falling in love with your work through this little intro thing. Now, you may be sitting there and thinking, well, that's all well and good, Rebecca, but I sell $2,000 paintings. That's all I do is sell $2,000 paintings. How to have a $5 item in my booth would just be ridiculous and cheapen it. Well, think about it. You could do like a set of note cards for $25. Maybe your little inexpensive intro thing is pricier than mine. Maybe it's $25. And if you, let's say your booth fee, you're at a more pricey show and your booth fee is $250. Well, if you sell 10 of those note card packets at $25 a pop, boom, you've made your booth fee. And then if you sell 1, 2, 3, 5 $2,000 paintings, woohoo, it's a really good day. But if you don't sell any $2,000 paintings that day, you don't go home in the hole because you weren't able to make your booth fee. So that's my tip. Try to have a low-end item that people who just like you, they want to support you, or they like your work, but they can't really afford one of your pricey pieces right now. It gives them an entry into it. Oh, the other thing I do with these, I was going to tell you, is when I do have a really good sale, somebody maybe they've spent money on a $800 mosaic. I'm like, hey, by the way, take a free bookmark. It's kind of, in addition to being something that if people just want to buy something and they can't afford it, they can do this, but it's also can be a gift with purchase. So somebody is supporting you with your pricier work. You know, say you've sold a $2,000 painting. Well, take a couple of those note card packets and put it in with the painting as you're wrapping it up. Give that person a gift with purchase because they've just spent $2,000 with you. Same thing with the things I have in the $300 range, or just any significant purchase. If they've bought a little of this and a little of that and it's added up and whatever, it's like, hey, you made a nice purchase here. Why don't you take a free bookmark home and give this to somebody? So anyway, that's my tip. Have some low-end stuff to offer up to help you make your booth fee. And so next time tomorrow, I'll have another tip about something else. I don't even know what it's going to be yet, but I know I'm focused on getting ready. So I want to share the journey with you.